Hey everyone, my name is Stream, and in this video I'm going to be going over the new Snapshot late again because for some odd reason I can't seem to get videos out on time. I don't know why, but hey, at least you're not waiting a whole year for a question and answer video that hasn't come out even though it was promised a whole year ago. At least you're not doing that. No, at least you're not doing that. But anyway, I set up a hub here because I wasn't lazy this time, and let's get on with the snapshot. So the first thing is about horses. Hello, zombie. Get out of the way of my button. There we go. Okay. You were despawned before. How are you there? Okay, so the first thing with horses is you can actually tame them. Isn't that right? Even though that one's tamed because I tamed it before, so I can't really show you. So the way that you tame a horse is, if I spawn one there, apparently if you right click it enough times and just wait for some hearts. Oh, okay, well. Yeah, so if you right click it to ride on it, sometimes it'll give you some hearts where it'll basically be like, hey, I'm tamed because I got hearts and I didn't kick you off. If you would do that. Okay, well, I'll just try again and wait until you do that and get really, really dizzy at the exact same time. There we go, you're tamed. Isn't that awesome? And one thing you can do when they're tamed is you can actually put a horse saddle on them and you can ride them. It also seems that you can feed them wheat. Actually, I'll show you. You can feed them wheat before you tame. Oh, that's a donkey. I don't want you. Yeah. You can. If I can get some wheat out and I can feed. If you feed it wheat or apples or golden apples before you tame them, it seems like you don't have to right click them as many times. But I'm not sure why you would do that. See, look, first time. And it's tamed. I'm not sure why you'll do that though, because you're wasting some wheat, precious wheat. That's 1/3 of bread. So you potential bread. You just lost potential bread there. Another thing with horses is you can cruelly strap them to poles using this lasso or leash, as it's called. So if I right click on the horse, you can see that the horse will follow me because basically I'm tugging it along and giving it no option but to follow me. Otherwise, you know, I'm not sure what would happen. But anyway, if you right click on a pole, or ladder as it's actually, but it's a pole, so whatever. If you right click on a pole when you've already right clicked on a horse with the lasso or the leash, as I've heard it's been called, then it will be strapped to the pole for eternity, and it can't leave because that would defeat the whole purpose of it. The next thing you can do is you can accessorize your horsey. So I've already got, you know, my model here. Hello there. His name is Jeffrey, but if I put another horsey down, we can put some armor on it. So I want to go with some gold armor because that's fashionable. Well, that's right, you have to tame them. I'll just be a few 20 minutes. There we go, it loves me now. Okay, so what you're going to do, horse, is you're gonna take the armor and put it on. Thank you. Don't you see, it looks splendid and wonderful. The next thing is donkeys. So if I can actually spawn one. Nope. Nope. I spawned one before by mistake and I'm getting the same type. I want some donkey. I'll just be another 20 minutes. Okay, I am back, and I've got a donkey now, and what's cool about donkeys is not much, they're pretty meh, but what you can do with them that you can't do with horses is, well, they essentially act like a horse. I thought that was kind of obvious, but whatever. But what you can do with donkeys that you can't do with horses is you can put a chest on them and make them be... Oh, wait, you have to tame them first. Great. Okay, so what they can do is you can right-click them with a chest, and they can be your package servant for eternity. Kind of like how that's strapped to the pole for eternity. And you can't actually right... Oh, great. The chest does nothing at the moment because I guess they're going to implement that next snapshot. I'm just guessing here, I'm probably wrong. So, this is the crafting recipe section. So you can craft the saddles by doing this. So you've got 3 iron and 5 leather. You can also craft the armor by doing this. So you can use any wool block, and you can also use iron or gold in place of the diamond, but that will get you iron or gold armor. Otherwise, that'll be cheaty. Okay, so, oh great, now I have to tame another horse. So, to control the horsey, what you do is you use the WASD keys to control its movement, which was kind of obvious. And you can also use your mouse to look around and it follows you like a weird stalker. Another thing you can do is you can make them jump. So if you hold down the space bar, you can see that my XP bar has gone all crazy. And what you do is when you release it, it jumps. And of course, the closer you get to the right side of the XP bar when holding down the space, the higher the horsey jumps, which is pretty neat, okay? Now, leave me alone forever now, horsey, because I don't really care about you at the moment. Back to the hub! Leashes and hail bales. Like I was saying before, these leashes can... Well, I've already got some, I don't need any more. But these leashes can not only, you know, rope around a horse or a donkey, they can do it to any passive mob, including squids for some odd reason. So if I right click on this pig, it's now my servant forever. So follow me, piggy, and we're going to go into pool where your death is. Okay, you were supposed to die, but whatever. And I'll show you that it also works on mushrooms. Oh look, it worked. Right click again, gets rid of it. And if I show you squid, it also works on squiddy. Follow me, squid. Oh, okay, don't follow me, you jerk. Also, there's hay. You can't craft these, and I have no idea where you'll get these at the moment because, you know, they're only new. But you can place them in any orientation, like a wood block, a log block, which is kind of neat. And the squid died. That's great. How fortunate for us to have a dead squid. Now we have to clean up its remains. Carpet. This is a new thing. Not sure why it wouldn't be new because I'm doing a snapshot video, but carpet is basically some wool on top of another block that you don't have to put wool under for, which is kind of neat. And I said neat a billion times, but whatever. So there's all these different colors of the carpet here, which is all the colors of the wool. And if I come over here, you can see that the carpet isn't affected at all by water because it's majestical and just pure wizardology. I don't know what I'm saying. So to craft it, what you do is you place 2 wool blocks by each other, by their sides, like that or like that. It's shapeless crafting, and you can do it with any color wool, and it'll get you a different color carpet. But there is one thing that I think should be changed. If you make white wool carpet, you can't dye it, which is kind of sad. I wanted to dye mine. So to show you a way of how to use these carpet blocks, I've set up a little task on using it. So if I just teleport to it, you can see poor Bill. Poor Bill. Poor Bill. Oh, poor Bill. Poor Bill. Poor Bill. Poor Bill over here has one of the worst houses I've ever seen. It's so bad, there's actually a sheep on it. And also some zombies trying to break it down because they know how terrible it is. And if I just kill these zombies, I can just show you how bad the inside looked. I mean, just look at this flooring and how, you know, unprofessional and how, ew, icky it is. So what we're going to do is we're going to use these wool blocks here and decorate and make it look all much nicer on this week's episode of House Renovations. So, I finished changing and shaping up Mr. Bill's house over here, and I got Gary, my friend, to do some before and after shots, so you can just see how much more improved and better this house is. So, I'll just give you a guided tour. Basically, I decorated his roof because, let's be honest, it was plain and boring and overdone, kind of like the before and after shots. So, if I go into the house, you can see that we've got carpet now. It just makes it look so much better. It really brings out the colors of the wood because, you know, they contrast with each other. And, you know, I put some ladders and some random ornaments everywhere just to give it that nice housey feel. Like, you know, you just come home from a day of work and, you know, you can just relax and, you know, climb a ladder or something, repair your items or something. And, you know, I even went to the full extent of giving him a whole fully featured dungeon where he can torture innocent animals or people and, you know, extract information from them, whatever, just, you know, for fun, torture them, whatever. So, you know, Bill... Wait, where did Bill go? The next thing on our list is the other stuff section, so let's go there. And the first thing they've changed in the other stuff section is they made it so that if you're on a minecart or a boat or a pig or a horse, you actually have to press the left shift button to get out of it. Well, it actually says to dismount here. And, you know, what that means now is now you can totally glitch the minecart by, you know, just keep pressing the right mouse button. And it glitches everywhere. So that's cool. The next thing they've done is they made it so the respiration enchant makes it so it's easier to see underwater. So if I go underwater, you can see that it's really hard to see the bottom. And if I put the helmet on, you can see that it's much more clearer to see the bottom. It's like wearing glasses when you have bad eyesight. Thank you. Oh, I've got it on. There we go. Okay, so they've also made it so there is an undead and a skeleton and a mule version of the donkey that you can only get through NBT editors, but I was too lazy to do that. So you've got some signs here. Congratulations. Regional difficulty is added, so the longer you spend in one area, the harder it gets. And it scales with difficulty, so items, enchants, or AI improve with difficulty. Whatever that means. I don't know, because I was lazy. And they've also... There's actually this glitch in the newest version of the Snapshot. You see, the XP, it's still green and yellow. It's actually not rainbow, so, you know, they've got to fix that glitch. And yeah, that's basically the end of the video. And there's some TNT here, and I don't know how to do outros, so you know what that means. That didn't go to plan. Much better. That's what I wanted.